guys? This is Art coming at you with another video. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. Just a lot of personal stuff I'm dealing with, and work is killing me because of the heat. But today's not about me. Today is about Tim Sale. As many of you know, Tim Sale passed away yesterday at 66, I believe. I think he's about as old as my dad. I think he was born in 1956. And he was a great artist. I remember his work when I first got Batman Dark Victory. Now, I know everybody says, well, wait a minute, what about the Long Halloween? I did not get the Long Halloween. Keep in mind that I was still like a young kid at the time. I pretty much didn't have a lot of money, to say the least. But my whole entire allowance went to straight comic books at the time. Really, my whole entire allowance went straight to comic books. And I can honestly say that Dark Victory was the first collected story that I've ever gotten, from start to finish, from issue 0 it was in the Wizard magazines up until the last issue. That was the very first complete story that I could ever collect as a young child, and I was happy. I was happy about that. Because I saw the promotion in Wizard magazine. It had the Wizard number 0, and so I was like, "Yo, I gotta get this. This looks cool." So, month after month, for a whole entire year, I was collecting Batman Dark Victory. Got every single issue, every single one, and I enjoyed that book, that series. I did collect a little bit of Daredevil Yellow, Spider-Man Blue, and I think recently I got the Long Halloween special that they had. They came out a couple of months ago, if I'm not mistaken. His Batman stories were great. I loved Daredevil Yellow. I thought that was extremely well done. Spider-Man Blue was well done too. But Dark Victory will always have a special place in my heart. Not only that, it was like the first story that I collected. It was like there's a lot of memories with that series. Like I remember when I think I was sick on a Saturday, and I wanted to go to the comic shop, but I couldn't go because I was sick. So my dad, who is not a comic book guy, by the way, he is definitely not a comic book guy, but he understands that I loved it. And what he did was he went to the comic shop and was trying to find the book for me so that I can get it. And he couldn't figure out what the book was, and he was asking the guy about it. And eventually he had to call to the house using the landline at the comic shop and asked me, "Hey, what's this book that you wanted?" I told him, and then he came home, and I was able to get, I think it was the last issue too. I think it was the last issue. I was happy. So Tim Sale's Dark Victory holds a special place in my heart because it actually kind of connected me with my father a little bit more, because he understood that this is the passion that I have in this geek culture and this comic book culture, collecting this stuff, And so with that, I thank Tim Sale for actually bringing me closer to my father in a certain way. And now, I did not know that Tim Sale was about as old as my dad. I did not know that. Which is also a little makes me step back a little bit, because Tim Sale's dead now, and it makes me think about, well, daggone, like, what about my father? And so it let me reevaluate things that are important to me and try to get closer to family, especially the older folks, because they're at the age now where you don't know when they might go. And, you know, that is a scary thing, but it is a thing that we all have to deal with. Now, as far as Tim Sale, I mean, like I said, I've loved his artwork. He used to come to the Heroes Convention all the time. And I will say one of the greatest regrets that I will have in my life is that I've been to the Heroes Convention plenty of times, but I never was able to bring my Dark Victory collection for him to sign. Like, he was always there signing stuff, and I was like, dang, I forgot Dark Victory. I forgot he was going to be here this year. And lonely enough, like, we got a comic convention coming, Heroes Convention coming this year. It's 40th anniversary. I'm 40. It's 40. You know, and I was actually looking for his name, and his name was not up there. So I'm thinking that he was sick for a minute, and he just didn't feel like coming this year. And I was definitely going to try to get his those books signed, because I've recently got David Finch him to sign one of my Aphrodite 9s, and I couldn't find the rest of them, so I've got the rest of them. So the next time he does come in North Carolina, or if I go on vacation to another Comic-Con, he's there, I'm definitely going to have him sign those books, because I want him to sign the very first books that I got of his. Just like how I wanted Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb to sign all those books, even that Wizard number 0. So that way I would have that in my collection, because those books mean something to me. Those books are a part of my life. His work is a part of my life. What he did, which he may never know, is that he brought a young boy from the country closer to his father. That's what Tim Sale did with comic books. To me. And as phenomenal as his career was, he seemed like he still was doing more stuff with the comic industry. He seemed like he still wanted to do work. And I would like to say that I hope he never had any regrets about not doing certain projects or anything like that. I remember him from his work and how he got me close to my dad. And, you know, he just seemed like a very nice man to be around. For what I've seen of him, it just seems like he was a very nice man. And it is sad to see him pass, but as far as life goes, this is what it is. And, you know, you try to leave this world without having as much regrets as you can. Apparently, I failed at that. I don't know, maybe it's because my own hubris, my own laziness about it, but it lets me know that, you know, if you have an opportunity to get your book signed by some of your favorite comic book artists, and it's within your grasp, you need to make sure that you do that. You need to make sure, because we're losing a whole bunch of comic book artists right now. We just lost George Perez, we lost Neil Adams, and now we lost Tim Sale this year. I'm sorry, but our heroes from the 90s are getting old. The legends are getting older and older, and they're not going to be around forever. So when you meet these people out in these circuits, on these comic conventions, make sure you shake their hand and tell them thank you for all the work that they've done. And I've started to realize that a lot of these people don't get enough thank yous for the stuff that they do. That's why whenever I go to a convention, and I make sure that if I see an artist that I like, I make sure to shake their hand and say thank you for the work you've done. I shook Scotty Young's hand. I shook David Finch's hand. I wish I could have shook Stan Lee's hand, because he came to the Heroes Convention in Charlotte. The last one that he came to before he died. I think he came the year before he died. He had an appearance, and I wasn't able to make it. And I have regret doing that. And I'm getting tired of having regrets of not meeting the people that meant so much to me. And for here on out, I'm going to make it more of an effort to start going to these conventions all over to Chicago, New York, Florida, like all these places that have these actors who meant something into my childhood, meant something to me now because of their work, and give them thanks. And that's what we should all do. So, to Tim Sale, thank you. This shot's for you, sir. Until next time, get your geek on. Peace.